And here is question number 9 of WAEC 2025 for the mathematics examination, the theory questions. The A part of question number 9 stated that given that the integral of the whole of this function from -1 to m, this is a definite integral, right? Is equal to -9 divided by 2, where m is an integer, we're asked to find the value of m. Before we come back to B part, let us solve the first one. So the A part, since I have limited space, let me integrate directly. Once you integrate x squared, the exponent will increase by 1, right? It's become 3. You have to divide by that 3. So you have something like 2x to the third power divided by 3. Moving on, you know naturally this one has a power of 1. It increased by 1, it becomes 2. So you have x squared divided by 2. And lastly, once it is constant, you just have to attach x to it. Then everything according to, but we have a boundary, right? Which is the limit from -1 to m. Everything equal to -9 divided by 2. So we have an equation here. But notwithstanding, even if you have the limit, you can clear the fractions if you so wish. The LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So multiply all across by 6. If you times by 6, 3 will divide 6 2 times. 2 times 2 will give us 4. So we have 4x to the third power. Then minus 2 can divide 6 3 times, and 3 times 1 is 3. X to the second power. Then 6 times 3 is 18. X. The limit is still there, -1 to m, equal to 2 divided 6, 3 times -9 is -27. All right. Upper limit, wherever we have x, replace it with m. So we have 4m to the third power minus 3m squared minus 18m, the minus the lower limit. Wherever you have x, replace it with -1. -1 to the third power is -1 times 4 is -4. -1 to the second power is 1 times -3 is -3. -1 times 18 is -18. We have another negative. This is +18. All right, everything equal to -27. I don't want to consume a lot of space here, so this is -27. -4 minus 3 is -7 together with this one. That is 11. Exactly right. This is 11. So we have another negative here. So this is -11. As this crosses over, it becomes +27. +27 minus 11 will be 16. So everything here will be 4m cubed minus 3m squared minus 18m. Then, is it? Yeah, +16. Everything equal to 0. Remember, I've taken this one backward. Wow, so how can we factorize this cubic equation or cubic expression to the left? We have different ways. You can apply, what do you call it? Rational root test. You can be checking, guess and checking integers. But what I would like to do here is factoring by grouping. And you can only do that when you have common ratios between two terms. Like if 16 divided by 18 is the same thing as 3 divided by 4. But we can still, I have already solved it. You can try different combinations. So let me start with this one. Let us split it into -10m and -8m. Yeah. Then we still have 16 here. So that 16 divided by -8 will give us -2. So -10 divided by what will give us that -2? That would be +5. So +5m squared from here. So what do we need to attach here to make it -3? That is -8. So if I have -8m squared here, -8m squared plus 5m squared will give us -3m squared. Then we have m to the third power. So if you observe, we have common ratios. 16 divided by negative 8 will give us negative 2. This divided by this will give us negative 2. This divided by this will give us negative 2. So let us start grouping. First 2, 2, 2, right? What do we have in common between these two terms? Between the numbers, we have 4. Between the variables, we have m squared. Inside, if you take the whole of this divided by this, that will give you just m. Then the whole of this divided by this, m squared will cancel m squared. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. Moving to the next one, we have minus, I think, what do we have here in common? I can see m in common, and the numbers we have 2, right? So minus 2m. Okay, this is where it started, right? Sorry. This and this. So we have plus. Always start with the immediate sign. 5, I think, is a number in common between 5 and 10. Then we have m. Inside, 5m squared divided by 5m, we still have m. Then 10m divided by negative 10m divided by positive 5m will give us negative 2. Then lastly, this ones, we have minus 8. Negative 8m divided by negative 8 will give us positive just m here, because negative 8 and negative 8 will cancel, we still have m. 16 divided by negative 8 will be negative 2. Everything equal to 0. Now observe, every single term contains what? M minus 2. Let's continue here. So we have m minus 2 in common between all of the terms. The first term, we still have 4m squared. 4m squared. From the second term, we have 5m left. From the third term, we have negative 8. If I'm not mistaken, everything equal to 0. All right. So it is either this equal to 0 or this equal to 0, but do not waste your time here. I have already checked it. Remember, they say that m is an integer. We're only looking for an integer m. We have a solution here, but not an integer. If you want to confirm, find the discriminant. Unless if the discriminant is a perfect square number, that is when you're going to get an integer, provided the leading coefficient is not 1. So if you take b squared minus 4ac from here, it is going to give you around, is it 128? Let me confirm that. B squared, this is b squared, which is 25. B squared minus 4ac. But we still have minus here. So in the end, everything will be plus 4 times a times c. 4 times 4, 16. And 16 times 8. Let me see. 16 times 8. That will give us 128. Then you add it to 25. We have 153. And 153 is not a perfect square number. And it has to be under a square root. And you cannot find the square root of 153 without getting some decimals. So we're only going to pay attention here. Therefore, m minus 2 will have to be the 0 and m definitely equal to 2. So we have solved the first one. Then moving to the second one, I don't think we have enough space here. We're asked to solve these equations simultaneously. I have not written the simultaneously. If these equations are simultaneous equations, it implies the value of x here must be the same value of x to the other equation. So let's start by solving this one, the b part. If you expand, you have 2 log of x with the base of 3 minus 2 equal to log of x with the base of 3, right? Let's switch. Take this one backward here and take negative 2 to the other side. As this crosses over, it becomes negative log of x. We have 2 of log of x here. Minus 1 log of x will give us just log of x with the base of 3. This is equal to positive 2 as negative 2 crosses over. And the value of x will be what? 3 to the power of 2 according to definition of logarithm. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. Should I write it directly? Okay, let me just write 3 to the power of 2, which implies that x is equal to 9. So we have obtained the value of x. So how can we find the value of y? The value of y is what? Square root of x plus 1. Square root of x implies square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So let me just do it elsewhere. So the b part, let's come up here. Y will now be equal to the square root of 9 plus 1, which is equal to 3 plus 1, which is equal to 4. And hence, x equal to 9 and y equal to 4. Let's move on to question number 10.